Thousands of GM workers are expecting layoffs, while many more already have gotten their pink slips. And now a local company is offering free help to make the transition easier when it comes to financial planning.
The uncertainty. Are they going to be laid off for a few months or whatnot? It's just everything's up in the air.
So many workers' futures up in the air. Laid off GM workers getting the pink slips this month, now wondering what to do next. The only bright spot? They have severance or a buyout. That gives them time. But what to do after that?
Regardless of whether you're a blue-collar worker or a white-collar worker in the C-suite, everybody needs a plan.
That's Josh Levine of Telemus, the Southfield company offering to give laid-off GM employees free financial advising to those who are trying to figure out what's next. The first step? Do an audit. Telemus offering to break down your accounts and figure out your first steps.
You take all the accounts that you have, whether they're in your personal assets, your retirement accounts, and then we also combine what are your living expenses and what are some needs that you have for the future, things that you're thinking about. And we take everything together and we plan out all the way through retirement and then into end of life.
Next, Telemus execs will look at your retirement account. How much did you save at GM while you were there?
Number one, you can actually leave the assets where they are. They can stay in that plan, continue to be invested and grow on a pre-tax basis. You can take the money out, but you have to be very careful that you don't get penalized, so you have to be over a certain age, over 59 and a half, in order to take out that money, but it will be taxed. And then the third option is you can actually roll it over into another plan, which could be an independent retirement account, so an IRA.
And when you get that next job, you can roll it over into another plan. And yes, remember, there is a financial future for you, even though you lost the job you loved.
It's kind of heartbreaking not knowing, not knowing what's going on right now is kind of makes everybody kind of scared.
Workers should let their shell shock wear off and then gather their paperwork, the 401k, bank account information, and then look at expenses and the needs you have for the future. You're kind of playing the role of a counselor or a friend.
The whole point of what we do and why we do it is because we really do feel like we're helping people and adding value and providing this financial plan for people that are at an extremely difficult time in their lives, with the loss of their job, is kind of the least that we can do.
It's so interesting because when people leave a job, we've spoken before about the skills that they still have that they can use in another job, perhaps in an entirely different field. And now you're telling us you still have value, monetary value,
yes,
you should check out in the company.
And it's great that you point that out, because the first glimmer of hope that you should have when you leave a job is that the skills that you got in order to have that job, you still have those skills and more. But on top of that, that financial freedom that you have in your 401k that can be turned into an IRA, money that can be invested and put forth in the future is still bright, and that's something to keep in mind. By the way, if you'd like to sign up, if you're a GM employee who's been laid off, you can go to our website, fox2detroit.com. There we put a link to Telemus's website.